Coming to you live from SSTV headquarters. It's your commish and your co-commish, Cool Kid 21 and Antonio Rojas, with your weekly update. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to SpitoonzTV. We're on episode 5, week 8. So, we're back, boys. A lot of action happened. So a couple of trades came in late. Some paid off, some didn't. We'll just get right into it. Contenders, pretenders, boys. We're starting off with my contender at Little Chubb. What else do I gotta say, man? It's Steven's team. I honestly see them racking up points. They've defeated the almighty Heriberto. That's a good test to climb, I feel. And then he's facing Little Savage Dash, and I think that'll be his second biggest test yet. And if he can surpass that, shoot, sky's the limit for him. What do you think, Tony?
Yeah, I think his team's starting to hit their stride. So I wouldn't be surprised if he puts up another big week right now. The eggs are definitely up.
And they've been convincing weeks as well. They're talking about 120 points at least.
He's got Chubb on his team. It's like collecting the Infinity Stones. This is what he needed for his identity.
He's back, man. He's back. So we'll have to see what happens. So who's your pretender this week?
Okay, so the league is close. From 2 through 9, everybody is a game apart.
Yeah.
Everybody's taking their turns of putting up stinkers. It's tough to pick. I'm gonna put 2 teams up here. Our teams. I know there's some poll that went out that was I think it's a Fantasy Pros poll projecting the best teams. I think we were too high on that poll. I think I was 1 and you were 3. We're probably not there yet with our teams. I think we're still working through some injuries. We're still working through honestly, putting the right guys in. Last week I had 100% of my max points because literally my entire bench was out. I didn't have a chance to fuck up. So aside from the team, I think we're also not making all the right calls. So, this league's too close for us to keep missing our calls. So if we don't get that kind of fixed up, we might drop. We might keep dropping.
Yeah, honestly, it's too close for comfort. I love it. I love it so much. At any point, you could just lose out to anyone in this league, and it's damn near close. Did you ever expect this happening right now?
No, not the way that it looked at the beginning of the year too. Like at the beginning of the year, Eddie was way out in front, and everybody else was getting left in the dust. I was thinking this was it. It's a wrap. Now Rick's at the top of the win chart at least. Power rankings TBD, but it's just all looking different from what I thought it would look.
Yeah. Shoot. So you got any notable trades, waivers that just happened? We kind of already pinpointed on this one, the Toniana trade, Allen for Herbie.
Yeah,
nothing
interesting happened.
Nothing interesting. At all. But I think we already gave y'all some breaking news last episode. So we'll just move forward.
Yeah.
Y'all need to make some trades. All I gotta say, people need to make trades because
everyone's in contention. If you're not out here trying to make trades and giving up on the season, that's disappointing because literally even 10, even last place, top 6 teams get into the playoffs. So from 6 to 10, really from 3 to 10, it's a 2-game difference. We have so many more games left in the season. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing. You could definitely get all those back.
So, shoot, 9th and 10th can always claw their way back. It's not far at all. So we'll see. Let's see if any Brujeria can come their way. And let's move on to the power rankings. So I'm going to let you start it off, Tony. Who we got at number 1? Let you unveil who our new number 1 for this week is.
The GOAT himself, the master of disaster, the illest manager there is, Chimera Virus, Rick all the way up to number 1 with 732 points for. Manages to get to 5-2. Now the team's getting healthy. What the fuck? We're about to be in trouble. Because if he was already sneaking those ugly wins, and now if his team really starts to put up the points the way they can, he's going to be a lock. At least I think. What about number 2?
I'm gonna go with my contender, Little Chubb at Steve. Like I said, I mean his team's been getting hot as well. I mean he's already beat out a couple teams, and he's beat out a couple teams in a convincing manner, and I think he's here to stay. I mean, shit, riding that Cooper Cup wave right now, he's been the most consistent motherfucker ever. And I mean, if he just gets his running back's a little bit more stable, I think he'll definitely be a for sure contender. Who you got next?
So next up in the power rankings is Jose Savage Dav. I'm gonna say based on the consistency at quarterback and some of the upside at receiver, honestly, three for me might be a little high until we know how CMC and CEH are going to come back. But I mean, you can't deny that he's making all the right calls, streaming all the right streams. Hell, he dropped Dawson Knox, got him right back. So I mean, he's putting in the work to compensate for the 724 points that his teams have put up to this point. So on that alone, you got to give the guy props. I mean, that he's racking up wins still. So
yeah, dude, he's making the right moves.
Yep.
He's making the right moves week to week. I mean, and at the end of the day, sometimes 0.4 might not be all that it's meant to
so
be.
you play.
At the end of the day, if you pull out it's a game. It's a week by week basis. That's not necessarily the entire time. I mean, it's like who's gonna show up per week, right? So at number 4, we got a drastic faller too. I mean, I was even considering taking him out of the power rankings, but I mean, Eddie Berto, man, like those Packers, Rodgers hasn't been coming through. Luckily, Henry's been like kind of a Steelers team, as Henry has been carrying the fuck out of his team. You know what I mean? Fournette coming in hot as well, luckily, but I mean the rest of the team, his Cowboys, Bills. I think Bills were on rest last week, so I mean that could attest to why he lost as well. But I mean, Eddie's team is still solid. Yeti is only gonna get stronger as the season goes on. But
I was checking. I was wondering how many in a row he had lost. It's just the one, but doesn't it feel like he lost? Because wasn't it yesterday that he was undefeated?
It feels like it's been back to back to back. Yeah, it feels like it's been back to back. Honestly.
Okay, because I mean, I swear, like I said earlier, I remember when Eddie was on top, just undefeated, and then all of a sudden crashing down. So I'm not surprised he's down to 4.
George kind of season 2. It felt like a George
kind of
season 2. Like it was like shit, this guy's gonna go 6-0 like easily.
Like what are we gonna do about it? Yeah. All right.
So who's at number 5? Who rounds out number 5?
Speaking of a manager who, you know, we talked earlier about somebody who's making all the right calls, and then I talked earlier about some people who haven't made all the right calls. 5 is one of your commissioners, your head commission himself, cool kid Eli. Out at 5, I mean, you got Aaron Jones, you got the big star running back, you got some good receivers. I mean, Mike Williams has fallen off. You got DJ Moore, he's lurking. The numbers just aren't the same as they were at the beginning of the season. I guess we just kind of got to wait and see. Is that indicative of the way the team's going to perform going forward, or are we just in a lull? Was it some bad matchups? So that's probably the question right there we have on your team.
Good question mark.
What about mine? Do me. What is the back of my shirt? What does my back say?
Dude. Yes, I mean, rounded out at 6, you got your other commish. I mean, your co-commish Tony, your favorite commish for sure. My favorite commish. I love the guy. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
Right back.
But basically, I mean, rounded out his team. Love those wide receivers. Keenan Allen, CeeDee Lamb. And then, I mean, he even still has Emmanuel Sanders on.
Devontae Adams, bro. Don't bury the lead.
I mean, if he plays, right? I mean, he's looking a little ill right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, once he pulls the comeback there, I mean, there's a reason you're still at 6. I mean, your team is still fairly strong. Great wide receiving core. Austin Eckler looking strong as well. I mean, they're playing the Patriots. They haven't been as solid. Gibson, biggest concern, of course. I mean, your team on paper looks good. Elijah Missile.
The
See if he
boy coming through.
see if he pops off like you've been saying. I mean, it's unfortunate that you'll be playing the number 1, but we'll get to that
Yeah.
later. But I mean, your team, like I said, it looks great on paper as well, but it just has not been performing like you've wanted it to.
No, it's on
Hopefully
me.
hopefully that trade makes that much of a difference because I mean, Allen, I mean, he's looking to make a big step back to, or at least a big comeback, and I see it happening later on, especially as Herbert, I mean, gets more comfortable with his offense. But yeah, I mean, that's rounded out the top 6 so far. Sorry, we missed some of y'all. I mean, at the end of the day, right now, this power rankings is fluctuating a lot. One
Yeah.
win could determine whether you're in the playoffs or not. Literally only one win, especially starting right now. So I mean, don't get discouraged. I mean, I'm definitely trying not to. And I mean, it's a bloodbath out there, and that's what's fun about this league. So, I mean, let's get into the matchups of the week. So, first matchup, you want to get into it, Tony?
Yeah. So we've got the J&J special. We've got Backseat Boy original, DJ Seatbelt. Y'all remember those callback names? George and Josh, right? So the matchup's interesting. George kind of starting to drop a little in the rankings. Josh starting to try to make his push from last place. He's got some good running backs, some receiver matchups that look pretty favorable. And George still doesn't have a defense and might be missing Debo. So all those kind of things are adding up for me to say this week, I think I'm going to take Josh on this one. And then how about you?
Yeah, and I mean, I'll agree with you there. I mean, Josh, I mean, he's gonna get hot, and I mean, now is anytime as ever. He's got Prescott back. His running back core looking solid. Both teams' running backs core look solid, but I think the wide receivers and I mean the come up with Damian Harris is gonna be too much for Mescal to take the hit on. I mean, yeah, and I mean Prescott's got a juicy matchup against Minnesota too. So I mean,
Yeah.
it should be a good one. It should be a really good one. All right, so let's go to the match 2. You got Ana Diego. You want to say any more there? I mean, it's gonna be a hard fought one. I mean, honestly, I do think Ana has a chance, right? My pick is Diego. Just saying, but Ana does have a chance. I will say because Diego, honestly, his team has been extremely volatile, I mean, from what I've seen, and I think his team when it doesn't show up, when it does not show up, it's in must win situations or guaranteed win situations, and this is one of those. And I think I don't know, Duham power is going to be real, and I mean, but I'm still sticking with Diego. I mean, but honestly, I think it could go either way, and yeah, I mean, but pick is Diego.
I worry about Kenny Gainwell because are we sure Boston Scott's not going to get the carries and the goal line work?
Yeah.
I worry he's playing Edmonds and Murray. Are they not going to step in each other's toes? Those are reasons that it could happen. Ana could get blow up games from literally anyone in her lineup, probably except Bolden. She might maybe switch him out, but other than that, I mean, and she doesn't have a quarterback right now, so you're making it real hard for us to pick you when you're missing a whole position. Yeah. So let's roll with Diego and then get on to matchup 3, I guess.
Yeah, matchup 3. Who we got? What's the matchup?
We got the commish
these
himself.
Matchups are getting juicy too. These matchups are getting fucking juicy.
Yeah. We got the original Kimika. We got the commish. We got Eddie. We got oh my gosh, just what's probably going to be the high scoring matchup of the week if we're being honest. So some crossover, right? Like you got some Packers, he's got Packers. You got some Bills, he's got some Bills.
Bills.
I think based on the way your matchups are constructed, so you know when Diggs scores, you're getting all the Allen points anyways. When you know if Tampa Bay, if Green Bay gets up early, Aaron Jones is going to get the work, not Rodgers. Adams is out. I just think it's enough things stacked up in your favor over Eddie. I think you got the win here. I even worry about Ridley. I mean, Ridley's been struggling, so I'm rolling with you, and I'm pretty confident about that. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, with that analysis, that's 100% fair. I mean, personally, on my end, I am worried about Collins. I mean, Fournette has been popping off, so I mean, that comparison. I mean, the difference makers will be see if Collins can get those 15 carries and actually carry the team. They're against Jacksonville, which I'm not as worried about. Hopefully that injury isn't affecting him. Cooper, I mean, we'll see if he can actually blow up. Pittman has been going off, but like everything else is kind of like not the difference makers need to make the difference pretty much. Because I mean, Jones, Rodgers, Diggs.
I mean, Derrick
Allen,
Henry is the big elephant in the room because you never know with him. He could go for 50. He could.
Yeah, he could. He could potentially, especially against the Colts, like with that history that he has against the Colts right now. Didn't he go off for like 30 the last time he played him or something? But yeah, I'm also going for myself.
We'll live fact check. Can we get somebody in the back to look up that stat for us?
Can we get that number stat, please?
Is that breaking? It's he got only 18, less than 18 points. Yeah, no, that's confirmed from the production team. No 30, just 18. Not even
just
17.9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for production team. Pretty much, yeah, that's all there. Let's move on to Tony and Rick. Your coach commish and Rick. I mean, sorry to say, man. I would love to have your side, but I mean, right now, I want you to win.
I want you to win.
I'm gonna pick you. I want you to win too. But I mean, hopefully, you know what? Giving Rick's team more clout will make it so that they don't show up. So I mean, I'm picking his team. I think his team is just stacked right now. His matchups looking good as well in terms of like his running back core is fucking solid. Kamara is showing out again. Yeah, he's against Tampa, but I mean, you saw what Herbie did last week. Henderson against Houston. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. And I mean, everything else. I mean, he's got Hopkins, Green Bay, should be a high point scoring game. Brady going to come back. I mean, your side, like I said, your wide receivers are there. But I mean, I just think his running backs are the factor that's going to help him take this dub. What do you got to say for yourself?
Yeah, I'm worried. Again, why I'm in the pretenders thing. I mean, I'm without Lamar. He's a game changer. I'm without Antonio Brown. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna get out of the Chargers against New England. You never know if they scheme well. So I have more questions on my team than I have answers this week. So this week I also pick Rick.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but like I said, weirder things have happened. So now final matchup. It's Eli versus Jose. What do you got, Tony? The little bro bowl, actually. We're gonna
the little bro bowl. There. I'm gonna
both 4th and 3, more man. Both are 4 and 3. I mean, at this point, I think we'll be able to see a bit more separation after this week. With, I mean, assuming you pull off that, assuming Rick does win as he is, and let's say one of his Steele and or Jose win. I mean, you're gonna see a bigger separation than there originally was. So I mean, a lot.
Someone has
on the
to.
line with this. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. One win to rule them all. We're going Lord of the Ring lover 69, Lil Chubb.
I think it's those names. Changing of those names is literally what
it's got some kind of a ring to it. I need to change my name again.
Yeah.
I need some new juju.
That's what it is, man. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what it is. Steve has been bringing his own juju. I picked him, by the way. But I mean, he's been making his own juju by, I mean, changing his names, making the right picks. I mean, whatever lineup tinkering he's doing, whatever pattern he's set up for himself in terms of like setting up his lineup. I mean, it's been working. We'll see if it works against Jose because Jose's team is strong as well. So, like I said, that is the battle of juggernauts right now.
And he's got Stafford and Estival is starting two Rams. So he's gonna get a lot of points from those guys. So that's kind of hedging those points.
Yeah.
But the difference at running back, it looks too big. It looks too big to overcome for now. So and he might not have Julio. I'm still locking it in.
And those Seahawks aren't looking too strong right now either. So
no.
I mean, assuming Mahomes actually goes up like he's supposed to. I mean, didn't look hot either last week, but I'm sure there'll be some regression to the norm of he's gonna get back to normal.
Yeah,
There's
he can't.
No way. I mean,
he can't put up less than 10 again. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I mean, so we'll have to see. So I mean, I think that's about it. Oh, actually, little side note that a recommendation from one of our own, Josh Molina. Pretty much, we have records now.
Oh, fuck.
We're just gonna go based off last week.
No.
We haven't been doing so hot. That's why we're hoping that it works against Rick this week. But pretty much, as of this last week, your commish is 2-3 in terms of picks, and your co-commish is 1-4. So, yeah, not looking too good.
The difference was I picked Anna to win, but then she didn't play Herbie Unlimited. So, like, what? Like,
yeah, that's what it was.
What are we supposed to do about that?
Yeah, but that's about it. You got any last words, Tony? Anything else to say?
Go Stros, baby. I mean, World Series. Let's get a dub.
Shit. And then I guess I'll end it like we always do. Like, subscribe, and follow, guys. We appreciate your likes. We appreciate your reviews. Love y'all. If not, Anna's gonna shove it down your throats.
True.
All right.
She's strong. Peace.